alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
AMP2.TV presents Tell Us Your Business, where you're invited on the air to tell us what makes your business stand out in the community. It's important we hear from you to tell us all we need to know about what you do best. Tell Us Your Business uses the latest radio and television production systems, and all shows can be seen on AMP2.TV. If you have a question for our guest, call 888-565-1470. Now, let's get ready as our guest hits the airwaves and informs us about what we need to know on Tell Us Your Business.
All right, welcome to Tell Us Your Biz. I am Pete with Purewell. This here is CEO and founder Nick DeFrancesco. Nick, tell us about our biz.
Yes, let's do that. Let's do that. Well, first of all, thank you for tuning in and watching, and of course spending a little time with us to kind of tell you a little bit about what we do. So, we're a medically focused cannabinoid company. And what does that mean? You know, we hear about CBD, we hear about THC, we see
much easier on syllables with those letters.
Right. And you know, you're driving by, you see everywhere. You see medical marijuana. Everybody's talking about, or there's talking about, you know, CBD stores. When you're driving, you see something like that.
Smoke shops
and stuff like that. And you know, and look, there's a lot of reason why there's buzz. Of course, there's legal reasons or legality reasons that they talk about legalizing marijuana. They talk about CBD. They talk about, but really, why all this buzz? And the truth is because a lot of this stuff is truly helping people on a medical level. And that's what we're here to do at Purewell. We're legitimizing cannabis on a medical level. We make custom formulated products for specific disease states. So it's a little different than the CBD you might see at a gas station or a CBD store.
You shouldn't be seeing anything at a gas station if you have a problem.
Right, like if you were
Unless
sick.
you're out of gas.
Well, if you were sick, would you really? I mean, seriously, would you go to a gas station?
I don't even want the cup of noodle soup if I go into there being sick. So, you know.
I'm with you. I totally. So
yeah.
So this is
not going there.
Right. So obviously, why would you do that for a medical condition? So we do specialize in doctors' offices, pharmacies, these types of places where doctors can, you know, give it to their patient, prescribe it, but they're not prescribing in the traditional way, like writing a script. You don't need a prescription for this, so you don't need a medical marijuana license, and they don't have any side effects or contraindications or drug-on-drug interactions that you would normally have with a traditional pharmaceutical. So that's, I think, a lot of the draw.
And when you say it's pharmaceutical, most people have to understand you're talking about it like a synthetic product that you're going to get prescribed, you know, from some doctor.
No, that's a really good point. And exactly. And pharmaceuticals in your mind are, you know, safe. But how many times have you seen these commercials where somebody, a lady, whatever the condition is, she's riding on a horse, she's super happy, and then by the last 20 seconds of the commercial, they're talking about all the crazy side effects.
Well, the faster they speak, the bigger the problem with that pill. You know what I mean?
So
don't trust them.
Exactly. And we just try to bring something for pain, for inflammation, for sleep, for anxiety. There's actually about 67 different modalities that cannabis treats. And a lot of them people aren't aware of. I mean, there's a lot of GI issues. We deal with children with epilepsy. That's actually a very big one. Shaunde Gupta had a special on 60 Minutes a long time ago, which really started the medical marijuana train. But the truth is that what happened was the hemp side. And that's the side we are. And we're going to talk a little bit about that and what the differences are. Because it kind of went off on a tangent a little bit.
Well, it's more a little bit medically focused when you start dealing with hemp because of the properties as opposed to just getting high from cannabis or from marijuana THC.
Great point. Awesome point, matter of fact. And that's...
I'll bring the big question. Big points over here.
But it is true. I mean, you know, they go, well, I don't want to get high. Am I going to get high using these products? Absolutely not. Okay, there's a lot of products that we have that don't have
depends.
any psychotropic. No, it depends. Now, of course, are there products, and even in our lineup, do we have that make you feel a little bit more euphoric or have a little bit more psychotropic feeling or relaxation? Of course. But I just want to let you know that it doesn't have to be one or the other, right? You don't have to worry about, well, if do I need a medical marijuana card? No. Am I going to get high? No. I just want something for my pain. I just want something to sleep. And this product, actually, Pure Sleep, we've won 2 medical awards for this product. All right, this is the, I don't know if it's over here. There we go. And we also have this one. And what does that mean? That means that this is not just melatonin. This isn't something that people are going to get addicted to, like a Tylenol PM. This is not a bottle of wine that will put you to sleep, but you'll wake up 2 hours later because you're not sleeping properly and you're not getting into that REM cycle. Pure Sleep is different. Pure Sleep puts you into a sedative state, okay? So it helps relax your body, but it really works to put you into that REM cycle, that rapid eye movement. And what that means is that your ability to truly go to sleep, stay asleep, but that deep sleep where you wake up feeling refreshed.
And the reason why is because you actually get in recovery once you get into REM. So even if
Absolutely.
you're sleeping 4 hours, you're sleeping 2 hours, it's really about that REM state you get to feel good in the morning. Because you can sleep for 6 hours, but if you're up and down, you never really get, into that state of recovery. You're not feeling better. You're not getting your body a chance to rebuild itself or rehabilitate itself in the morning.
That's a really good point. That's a great point. A matter of fact, it's kind of funny that you say that because so many people are like, yeah, I sleep great. I take a Tylenol PM, but I'm really groggy in the morning. Or you have to say you have to get 6 to 8 hours of sleep, right? But
That's what they say.
that's what they say. But the truth is that most people aren't even getting in that REM for the whole 8 hours at all. They might be tossing and turning. They might be whatever the reason is, but they aren't getting a good night's sleep. But the grogginess was another thing I wanted to bring up is, feeling. Did I really sleep last night? Like, did I get up to go to the bathroom a few times? Or so products like this, which are great if you don't know that there's better. and again, all of our products are natural, USDA certified organic, kosher, non-GMO, vegan, everything you could possibly want in a product. We have also, which is kind of nice, is we have something on the back which is a QR code that brings us to what's called a
Mr. Trustworthy.
yeah, Mr. Trustworthy, right? No, it's COAs, so Certificate of Analysis. So it actually tells not only what's in the product, the batch number, specific things like that, but tested for heavy metals, pesticides, the content. Have you ever pulled something up and showed you, even if it was any product, what is really in what you're eating or what you're taking? No. So we are completely transparent in everything that we do with that. Why is that important? You got to know what you're putting in your body, right? You got to know what you're putting in your body.
That's why if it's not on the box, I'm not getting it.
All
I'm
right.
not even going to pay attention. Don't care what the guy's telling me. It doesn't matter where it comes from. Not going to trust it. This I'm going to trust. Why? Because I'm going to see what's actually there. I'm not going to let someone that I never met before or who might be just earning minimum wage behind the counter tell me what's in it. Or, try to
Right.
especially if you can't pronounce some of the things. That's already a problem, right?
And that's the thing. And it's just like, it's crazy to me. High fructose corn syrup. Do you know that in other countries, it's actually banned? You cannot even have high fructose corn syrup in your products, right? Obviously, in the United States, it's in almost everything. But
For some reason, it's in my rice. I don't know why,
Right? Isn't that crazy? So the point is that here, obviously, nothing like that. We have all, organic, of course, all organic products, but nothing like, okay, for example, a gummy. If you look up any gummy on a shelf, high fructose corn syrup. Never would you find that in our gummies. It's made with fruit pectin, natural fruits, organic cane sugar, like nothing that would
And even
actually.
the amount of sugar that you
Well,
put in
sure.
there
Very
is
good point.
even, specific for those that have insulin sensitivities, and that way you only put what was about on 2 milligrams of cane sugar in there.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
great for people not just watching their weight, but for people who have other problems and they kind of look to these things. We kind of separate ourselves, making sure that we can include everybody, because not just someone should be turned away because they have another ailment.
That's a really good point. How many times have you heard about somebody taking a medication and having to take another medication for what that first medication cost? Or, I mean, we don't want that. We're trying to get you off of traditional medications. And I'm not trying, let me back that up. I'm not trying to get you off of traditional, but I'm just saying that there are alternatives. There are natural alternatives that you can take that will not hurt you, not worry about side effects, not worry about contraindications. But here's the most important part. They work. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't it be nice that somebody finally gives you a product and said, hey, this is for sleep, this is for pain, this is for whatever, and it actually worked?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that would be nice.
That would be
I
nice.
mean, I'm still,
I might even take that fructose corn syrup if it actually worked, The only thing I know it's working is, pants are slightly bigger. Maybe I have some blood issues,
No, but I mean, even products. I mean, it could just be like an electronic product. There's just so many products that out there that we get sold on, and we almost assume, like, that they're not going to work. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, when you're a kid, you're like everything is. When you get older and you start seeing all this stuff, or you try these different products, you go, wait. That's not what it looked like on what they said or in the package or on the picture.
Happens every time you go to McDonald's. It never looks like the commercial.
All the food.
If you're taking meds, is this?
Right. Okay. Yeah. So Freddie actually asked a great question. If you're taking medication, that's one of the beauties of this. No contraindications, no drug-on-drug interactions. So, so a product, this is, keeping me honest here, but a product like Pure Relief, which is a long-term anti-inflammatory, is, again, a lot of research has gone into this product, but people that have long-term pain could be for a lot of reasons. Rheumatoid arthritis, could be inflammation, could have bone-on-bone joint issues like arthritis, could be autoimmune disease. I don't know. It could be a lot of different things. Fibromyalgia. Could be a lot of different things. But usually, maybe you have some other conditions. Maybe you have a heart issue. Maybe you have this. And they can't take certain things because, like, for example, Coumadin, right? People have heard of PTINR, so blood thinners, and has to do with that. You take something like this, it doesn't do anything to affect those things. And that's really important. Not as patients, I don't know if you realize, but doctors are always constantly in their mind going, if I prescribe this medication, what are my contraindications and what drugs can I not use, or what side effects will they lead to? I worked at a natural pharmaceutical company, but it was funny. We used to create not only medications, but we created medications that treated the side effects of other
That's
medications.
a lot of medication sometimes.
I mean, they literally were coming up with natural ways to combat what a synthetic medication would do to you. So it's it's really scary out there, to be honest with you. I will tell you this: you try the products. I know you won't be disappointed, but we also believe our products, right? So we make something like a small sample size. You don't have to pay a ton of money. We're not telling you to go buy a whole huge bottle. We're literally telling you to take one sample pack. One.
That's all
Which is
you need.
a couple dollars for you to try it and know that it works. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you now. When we usually do our business to business with doctors, because doctors do sell our product out in their office. And the reason why we went that direction is for a reason. Obviously, they're coming from a doctor. They're not at a gas station. They're not at a head shop. They're not at these places. But the doctor would also know your history, your medical history.
So the best to evaluate you for what you need.
Right. And so we set it up even with the doctors and say, look, if you're not happy with the products or they don't give the results, you can give us back to it for 100% money back guarantee. We know that these products work. We know that they're safe. And this is why we created this company. We're not just about forwarding the narrative of cannabis, because we could talk about that all day long.
Of course.
About marijuana
Crystals
and the difference
and
of
colors
hemp.
and everything. Oh, yeah, the actual benefits. Yeah, okay. Forgot about that.
but really, what's more important of having something that will treat whatever condition you have, doesn't give you the side effects, safe for you, really works, and maybe even telling a friend how well that it works, or a family member, or something like said, listen, I really tried something. I had one of the best night's sleep I ever had. You should try it yourself. And that is how we've built the business, through organic referrals, through people that are actually saying, look, these products for once actually have changed my life. I can get in and out of a car. I can stand and make coffee in the morning. I can get up without aches and pains. Maybe they're dealing with some mental issues, maybe depression, maybe anxiety. So many people are dealing with anxiety with everything that's going on in the world.
Oh, that's for sure.
And I really was something that we've gone after in that market. Like, I really tried to, as you know, how many people have we seen that just said, look, with, I don't know if it's the news or it's
A lot of agita coming through.
there's a lot of right, exactly. There's so much heartburn of things that are going on in the world, going on in their own life, going on with finances, going on with family, going on, and
Health
do
is
you
just
have something?
else.
Yeah,
Right.
do you have something for me? And I said, well, a matter of fact, we do. And we have different stages of anxiety we all know that we're dealing with. But like a product like even the Pure Sleep, we use for this product for people that have anxiety that maybe are more severe, right? So, some serious panic attacks, really have a hard time just every day, with even being, some people use it for, car rides, planes.
Oh yeah, planes would be big.
And you say, we're going to the doctor, going to places, seeing people in public.
Dentist. Dun, dun, dun.
With there you
And
go,
I
the
hate the
dentist. We have a lot of dentists that use our product because with the patients because they're nervous when they walk
Right.
in.
So give them a little
So-
treatment and a little cannabinoid therapy while they're waiting, and then get ready to be nice and eased into the chair. It's a nice little compliment for them.
That's a huge point, Peter. Thank you for bringing
I'm
that.
just Big Point Pete all day.
So, but it's true. I mean, it's like these things are so overlooked. Well, first of all, coffee is, everybody's on coffee and this and that, and they're on these type of antidepressants, and I need this, and no, you don't. First of all, they're one of the worst things for you, especially anxiety medications. They're very addictive. They have tons of, very addictive, but like serious side effects. I mean, you talk about heroin and all these crazy drugs with withdrawal. You actually can't die from withdrawal from heroin. You can draw from a benzo, from just having a simple anxiety pill that I take because I feel a little upset during the day. This is something that you don't have to go through. You can use something that's naturally helping you. Again,
I mean, I was gonna say you're talking about like people on antidepressants and taking the benzos and everything, but what about people who are just taking NSAIDs over the counter? The amount of people
Right.
that don't realize what the damage they're doing to themselves
Right.
till it's too late. And you're talking about 10, 20, 30 years down the line, don't realize that it's just a simple Advil or a Tylenol, something like that, that's really the root of their problems. It's just all those years done.
that is such a great point.
And so I mean, and that's why
Right, well, pure
we have
relief.
something to combat that a little
Yeah.
bit.
So what Pete's talking about, and I don't know if you know this, is over-the-counter medications, Advil, Tylenol, Aleve, these types of things. We're talking about people that take these every single day. I mean, you go to Costco, there's troughs of them. They're literally in bottles that are.
like an
I was at
adult candy
Costco today. I'm like, are
shovels
you
in the
serious?
bag.
How big can this bottle be for Aleve? Is this even possible? And people are like, well, it's over the counter. It's fine. It's fine. It's Advil. I've been taking it forever. Well, to be honest with you,
That's something you don't want to hear.
don't want to hear because doctors are like one of the first things that doctors hear is they're talking about when doctors go to me, they say, the first thing I learned in medical school is not to take NSAIDs or not to take NSAIDs and drink alcohol. Because, we're at college. We're,
the first thing you
people
want
are-
after a hangover?
Right? You don't. And it's actually.
Advil and chase it down with the old hair of the dog.
Right.
That's how you usually got through.
Why would you? But people don't know. People don't know that they give you ulcerations. There's liver issues. There's kidney function problems. There's strokes, heart attacks. Like all of these things are linked to NSAIDs.
Problem after problem.
Problem after problem. And why? Because they have pain. So if they have pain, and I get it, listen, nobody wants to live with pain. No. Like, I mean, I completely understand where you're coming from. But the truth is that there's alternatives. Yes, of course, diet always helps. Let's exercise is going to help, right? These are things that will always help you. But what happens if you can't exercise because you have 3 herniated disc, or maybe you have bone-on-bone joint, like you
Or a
want to
rod
run,
in your back or something
or
like
a rod
that.
in your back. Maybe you had a car accident, something like that. Okay, now diet will definitely help. There's things you can eat with diet that will help inflammation, and these things will always help you.
Absolutely.
But sometimes you need a little more help.
Yeah.
We all know as you get a little older, I'm not saying that but everybody knows what they feel in the morning when they wake up, right? That you cannot, you know your own issue, right? I mean, there's nothing I'm going to say to you.
You're going to determine your day half the
Right,
time,
I
how
mean,
you're feeling when you wake
You're
up.
like, oh, it's got to be one of those days. And the truth is it's, why is that? And it could be for a lot of reasons. It could be, like we said, could be normal things like you just had an injury. Could be something short term, right? Maybe you just sprained a muscle.
Banged the knee.
And we have stuff for that. But I'm talking about the people that have long-term anti-inflammatories. They need a long-term anti-inflammatory, long-term pain. They're really having neck issues that are consistent. Back issues, knee, elbow, things like that. And what can I take? Okay, so we go to Aleve, right? We go back to Costco. We get all these different things, and it makes me feel good. Here's the problem. Over 19,000 people die of NSAID-related deaths every year, and you never hear about them. Do you know that's more than people that get AIDS, that have AIDS, that die from AIDS? What do you hear about more? You hear about AIDS all over the place. You hear, and I hate to use the word AIDS. It's a tough topic, right? But the truth is that we're talking about something as simple as you going to the pharmacy, you going to Costco, and just taking 2 Advil, just taking 2 Tylenol.
That's so simple.
Like this is. You're worried about what am I going to do to get, am I sharing needles? No, you're just going into the pharmacy and you're taking a pill from Costco, or going to Costco and taking 2 pills because you have pain and you want to take it. And it's one of the most silent killers. We're talking about something that you're literally on the toilet. It's horrible.
Like Elvis happens.
And it just happens. You have ulcerations in your stomach and things like that. So I'm just saying that's a really rough conversation. I shouldn't have maybe went that deep.
Yeah,
but
maybe you should switch gears a little bit.
But I wanna switch
a little
gears.
bit lighter, like a topical, right?
But
Instead of going inside out, let's go outside.
Right. Okay.
Hold on, you guys also work with people, with doctors, right? Didn't you tell me that?
Right. So
Health professionals. All types.
healthcare professionals. So obviously a lot of our products are going to be at pain management offices, chiropractors, gynecologists, internal medicine. I mean, everything. Every type of doctor has our products on their shelves, and they're giving it to their patients every day because it's safe, because it's effective, because it works. and that's the only thing I care about. That's the only thing that Pete is. We're literally pushing this narrative every day to let you know that there are alternatives to medicine that will help you, that you don't have to worry about getting side effects. You don't have to worry about being in pain like you were, or having anxiety, or having sleep problems. Give us a try. It's PureWell. www.purewell.com. PURWELL.com. We're also on social media. We're on Facebook. But go to our website, www.purewell, PURWELL.com. There's also a live chat. We have 24 hours of calling.
Yeah, we're here to educate for everybody. It's not about just also getting a product, buying it, and seeing if it works. It's also about knowing that what am I taking, how to treat it, and then I can tell someone else intelligently about it. Even if it's a little bit, you can find all that on our website as well, with all educational videos, product videos, and so forth.
Yeah, and please check us out. I mean, your body's going to thank you.
That's
I mean,
right.
when you wake up and you feel differently, whether it's for anxiety, sleep, pain, or anything else that we treat, we have something for you. Just check us out, and please, we're there to ask any questions. Like you said, we love to educate. So
Appreciate it. That's it. All that time. Nick, Pete, PureWell.
there we go.
Easy enough.
And that's it.
Say goodbye.
Bye,
Goodbye.
everybody.
This has been Tell Us Your Business, where a special guest comes on every week and tells us what they do. All shows can be seen on amp2.tv, and if you wish to be a guest, call 866-224-5422 and tell us about your business. That's 866-224-5422. This has been